CountryWide Connect, connecting farmers and growers to what they need to know to grow. Your daily innovative rural show with Andy Thompson and Sarah Perriam-Lampp.
We have on the line, as part of a new feature here on CountryWide Connect, is our farmer panel, hopefully every Wednesday to close out the show. And one from the North Island, one from the South Island. Joining us on the line is Dean Rabbage down in South Otago and Chris Lewis, who is in the North. Are you both there?
Yeah, good afternoon.
Hey, we're just going to frame you up there. Are you good, Cody? So we've got Chris. Chris, for our audience, where are you tuning in from today?
I'm on Arapuni Road, just outside of Awamutu, actually, on the way to our runoff to draft some cattle up. So, yeah, in amongst it.
And Dean, are you there? Did I say South Otago correctly, or is it Southland?
Yeah, you did say South Otago, but I'll have to correct you there. It's Eastern Southland, right down the very bottom.
Oh.
Yeah, no, see, that's a trap for young players, Sarah. You can't get that wrong. You see, I did that the other day when I suggested that Southland and Otago merge, right?
You got in a lot of trouble for that.
Yeah, I did. Hey, good to have you guys on the show, Dean and Chris. Let's just start off quickly. Just start with you, Dean. Season, how have you gone? And then we'll go to you, Chris. What's it been like? You're a sheep and beef farmer, Dean. You used to be a dairy farmer. You bailed 1 year too soon, mate.
Oh, I wouldn't say we bailed 1 year too soon, Andy. We just capitalised on some other opportunities. Look, in our patch of the woods in southern Southland, we've had a dream season. We've had heat when we've needed it, rain when we've needed it, and it's all aligned with high farm gate prices as well. So everybody's in a very happy and sweet spot down here at the moment.
Chris, what about you, mate?
Yeah, we milked 900 cows about half an hour east of Awamutu, near Mangatauchi, a place called Pukeatua. And yeah, it's been a good season, but the last 3 months, it's all about the weather. Big weather storms in the North Island. So yeah, we've been smashed by it, but not as bad as others, to be fair.
Chris, just before we move on, you were meeting a group of farmers last night. You were at a function. What was the sentiment from your neighbours?
Yeah, I was at an open country dairy supplier meeting, and it was actually a good meeting, over 100 people. Everyone's pretty buoyant. Mind you, they had a couple of beers and wines, but they were optimistic for the season they had. It's actually been a good production year for us in our part of the Waikato. Everyone's about 6% up. The cows are looking good, but empty rates are high. So yeah, it's a game of two halves, really.
Actually, Chris, why do you think empty rates are so high this season? Out of interest.
Yeah, it's always management or it's the weather in it. And for us in our area, and what the vets told us, that second half of October and the first half of November, we had torrential rain and low pasture covers. So despite all the supplementary feeding we do these days, we're still very much pasture based, and the weather dictated the empty rates for our part of the Waikato. So it is what it is. As a farmer, you do better every year, but the weather gods play a big part in whether you're successful or not.
Yeah. Hey, Dean, just fuel availability. We'll get it from both of you guys. What's availability like in your region? Is there any gaps? Are you finding it easy enough to get it? Are you getting what you need delivered on farm?
Yeah, well, it's come at a reasonably fortunate time for the sheep and beef guys down here. Like, most of our tractors are parked away for the season now. All the topping and groundwork's obviously done, but my regular fuel drops are still happening, if that's any indication. I haven't heard of people waiting too long outside the norm to get fuel dropped off. It's just having to pay for it. The invoice seems to follow it in the mail the next day. So, but at this stage, there's no disruptions as far as I know of.
What about you, Chris? What's happening in your area up there in the Waikato?
Yeah, I live an hour and a quarter from Mount Maunganui Port, one of the main fuel ports in New Zealand. And yeah, so far it's all been good. All the service stations in the Waikato, I think many have run out of fuel because of the panic. So this part of the Waikato, North Island, yeah, nothing to complain about apart from the really, really high prices. And I saw that last month, or the bills come in for the 20th. I think it's about $7.5 or $8 grand we got for fuel invoice, whereas probably this time last year would have been 2,200. So And there's the following effect of all the invoices from J swaps, the transport companies, farmlands and PG rights. Everyone's just whacking on the extra 10 to 30%. And so, you're getting hit double, but, you can't do anything about it. It's like the weather. You just got to suffer it.
Mm-hmm. What are the main things that you're looking at, Dean, coming at us? Say if you're forward looking at spring, we've been talking a lot about where urea pricing could end up, what an El Nino looks like. What's the one thing that you really focus on?
Look, we've got to run a pretty status quo system here, so things don't change too dramatically as far as farm practices go annually. I guess one thing we're keeping an eye on is probably the interest rates and the flow-on effect that it's going to have on their bottom line. That'll sort of influence maybe some major projects we do over the winter as far as fencing or water scheme extension, that sort of stuff goes. So, we're just monitoring everything closely, and in the spring we'll have to see what happens. We may revise our cropping rotation a bit of second crop instead of going into virgin ground all the time to try and save a bit of fuel costs and a wee bit of fert costs there. But we're quite fortunate we don't use a lot of urea or N-based products on farm, and fuel consumption is reasonably low. So we'll keep an eye on things, but we're not going to go changing things drastically, really. Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I think the fuel thing's hard because, if you want to do anything on farm, you got to burn fuel. And so, if you want to improve your farm or even just, go and get the cows in, you're burning fuel. So, yeah, it's not too much we can change. You always be conscious. We've got solar on our roof of our cow shed, and also got solar on the roof of our house. And my wife's got an electric car. We bought that 4 months ago, and all my friends and family gave us grief for having an electric vehicle or me driving it because, I'm pretty, I love my diesels. And I'll tell you what, glad we've got it. It charges off the solar during the daytime, and we've just been using that car a lot just to travel around and it's cost us nothing to run. So, yeah.
That's pretty good.
That is. Hey, Dean, just speaking about that, are you making, you said you actually have a reasonably low input system for yourself. Are you actually making any changes to your operation based on this fuel prices or even other costs?
It's pretty hard to adjust too much. I think we're probably just double thinking or asking ourselves, do we really need to make that extra trip to town to get those few posts or a few supplies? Can we double up in a week's time and just try and cut down on our mileage a little bit? I'm probably being a bit guilty of being a bit casual about that anyway. But as far as we go, we've just got to sort of carry on to a certain extent, a bit like what Chris was alluding to. We've got to maintain, we've got to keep producing and keep functioning really, and that involves using fuel. Yeah.
I didn't ask you the same question that I asked Chris before, just about sentiment from your neighbours, from your Southland farmers. You talked about a very good season, but it's unusual to have Southland farmers happy, is it? Are you just the only one?
Oh, no, I don't think I'm the only one down here this year. I think everybody's really happy. Likes of a lot of people had $150 per lamb in their budgets to sort of have a good break-even budget, and I don't think many people have killed a lamb under $200 this year, and that's also reflected in the store market as far as store lambs and also when the calves go, and it's just ridiculous. So in a good way. So we're just going to really enjoy it, and long may it continue.
Hey, I'm going to ask you a question, Chris and Dean, that you should know the answer to. And now you're worried. No, we're just speaking there to Jane Muir before of Dairy NZ, and surprising or non-surprising results. 80% of dairy farm employees are very satisfied in their job, and that has been an improvement over the years. Chris, what have you done on farm to really sort of lift that? And as you've seen across the industry in your roles previously as well, is something we're doing satisfying, or is it just the environment we're in right now?
I think it's been a work in progress for the last 15 years, to be bluntly honest. I remember when I was a young farm worker, it's we're only milking 300 cows, but we're getting up at 5:30. But now, you're walking larger herds like we are, 900 cows. We're getting up at 4 o'clock, the first guys. So they're already working an extra hour and a half a day longer, plus, the longer milkings and that. So I think one of the biggest game changers was over 10 years ago when Federated Farmers and that was actually Andrew Hoggard was the dairy chair back then. I was the deputy chair, and we worked with Jane Murray. She was still around then at Dairy NZ, and we did the workplace action plan document to improve on-farm, experiences, retention and all that, because it wasn't that good back then. And we came out with a new thing called a roster builder, and it was a 6 on 2 off, 5 on 2 off, and we were a bit scared putting our name to it in Feds a little bit. Thought, well, this is going to be shake up the industry a bit. But when we go around the road shows and explain it all, and I think Nathan Guy, he was the Ag Minister at the time, he launched it down in Lincoln, and we got no negative feedback, and the adoption's been huge. And so it was a focus on rosters, then it's been a focus on hours of work, recording those. And it's just, and now, with a little bit better incomes, higher pay, it's been the healthy homes, making all that stuff around the houses. Now in the last probably 3 years, we spent 150 grand on our staff accommodations. We've got 5 houses for staff. So yeah, it's been a long time coming, and it's well deserved for the staff to have better conditions, because they deserve it. And I've got a son who's now dairy farming, and you think, well, what did you do all this work for? It's the next generation who are coming in. They're the ones who are probably going to stick around and take this industry to the next level with the good conditions, good payouts. So, happy days to them, really.
Yeah. You would have seen the same in Southland, Dean?
Yeah, look, I sort of don't have any staff. We sort of lost our staff, unfortunately, when we sold the dairy farm 12 months ago. But, looking at other friends and businesses around the place, I think the staff conditions that are provided now are 10 times better than 10 years ago, as Chris alluded to. And just the variability in rosters and milking times is just making the environment so much better to work in, along with but much better remuneration as well. So people recognise good people, so they want to keep them and see them progress through the industry. And to do that, you need to look after them, and that's what's happening. So it's really, really positive to see.
Hey, Dean, final question from me, really, really important. What are the duck numbers like in Southland?
Oh, look, if I told you what the number of ducks on our pond, I'd have to show you as well, because it's a top secret, almost a military grade operation going on there. But I think overall the ducks are down a little bit, but there's still going to be plenty around to have a good, nice social and safe weekend. Are
you feeding the pond, are you?
Yeah, we are. Yeah. I think there's a couple of ton of grain floating around the mine there at some stage.
Of course there is.
Yeah, it's an expensive exercise, but it's very, very important for the mental well-being of Southland farmers first weekend of May.
And Chris, what about you? What are duck numbers like in the Waikato?
Look, I don't feed my ponds because I'm a true hunter.
Here we go.
But, with all the rain about, there's lots of ducks and lots of geese. And I was down in Southland a couple of months ago, and there was a lot of ducks down there. You look around the Waikato, huge amount of ducks. So all I say to you hunters out there, get out there and shoot them all so they're not eating my pasture.
I get told that they are doing a community service by cleaning up the sweepings of the Methven seed cleaning plants. So it's not as true hunting, but doing community service at the same time. I have a question for you, Chris, before we go. What is Katie Milne going to bring to her new role as Minister of Agriculture when she gets it? What are you excited about this announcement this week?
Well, you got to get elected as MP first.
Yes, I know.
And on the West Coast there, it's been a Labor stronghold for a little while, but I was over there a few months ago. I saw Andrew at his house with his lovely wife, and I was just saying to Andrew the other day, the sentiment on the West Coast has changed, and it's gone from being, struggling a bit with the dairy companies, the mining, all that. What I saw, the place is booming, and there's a change in the towns, change in the people. So I think Katie stands a very good chance that she gets out there and gets elected. I've seen that swing there a little bit, and she'll bring a true West Coaster to Parliament, and they're slightly different, like the Waikato are and the Southland are, but she'll represent them well. She'll fight hard for them, and I've seen that firsthand personally. So, and she does it with humour. She's got that particular style about her, but I see great potential in her, hopefully climbing the ranks And just so what I said to her is just get out there and introduce yourself to the people who don't know you. Just got to do that first.
Yes, I know that is definitely the cart before the horse, and I know that she is nervous about the wider role that it is being an electorate
no
MP
pressure,
for sure.
Sarah. You're not putting any pressure on her at all, are you?
No,
and don't forget,
but
there's a whole bunch of other national ag MPs in there that want the same job, right? Who have been there longer. So anyway.
Well, that is very true. It's going to be an interesting year ahead, and they all have to have their best foot forward this year, especially now that CountryWide Connect has launched, and they're more than welcome to come on at any time.
CountryWide Connect, connecting farmers and growers to what they need to know to grow. Your daily innovative rural show with Andy Thompson and Sarah Perriam-Lampp.